out to Facebook though.
Huh?
You're not pushing this out to Facebook.
No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
No, I was gonna test it in the group today, but no, I didn't. My computer decided it didn't want to act right today.
But so, what I do want to do is take a picture and send this in, because we do a Monday night call and they do send those in, doing the right things. And so we do want to do a snapshot so we can make sure everybody's on that. So we can take 2 screens of that. But yeah, I don't know if we want to send this out to Facebook, because this is a private team meeting and we don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, so my computer was thinking the same thing. It was like, no, Kendrick, we're not doing this today.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so listen, I want to say, first of all, welcome to the call. And I want to welcome, there is a young lady on here. I want to make sure I get this right. That's Charissa.
Teresa.
Say that again. Teresa. Okay, perfect. We want to welcome Teresa to the call. This is her first team call with us. It's going to be a little different for you today, but no, let me turn this on so y'all don't see me twice. So I want everybody to welcome her. She got to meet Mrs. Carter. This is Joshua Crawford, who lives in Houston. He had a launch call. I think this was Saturday morning at 10:15. And this young lady had some questions. She decided to lock arms with us. So we want to welcome you to the team. So everybody go out, just welcome her, give her a Zoom hug or whatever we do.
Welcome, Teresa.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Teresa. Welcome to the family.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
You're welcome. What's up, Darius?
Excellent job, Darius. And then at the same time, Mr. Darius Hamilton had a launch call, a few of them, and he's got a new team member as well. I don't know if David's going to be able to get on here tonight. Darius, is he at work or?
Yeah, he's an electrician, so yeah, he's working pretty late.
Oh yeah, he's working. Okay, so Darius has a new team member too, and David is excited. He lives here in Lubbock, correct?
Right, correct.
Okay, so when we get him, we're going to congratulate him too and welcome him to the team. So.
That's awesome.
All right. So listen, we're going to get started. And what we're doing today is, you guys are going to love what we're doing today. You're going to love it. So first, Shaddy is going to tell us from her experience, what she's learned and what she got out of The Strangest Secret. And we're going to give her the floor for like 5 minutes. If you guys don't know, we decided that we were listening to The Strangest Secret this month. Every month, we will pick a book or an audio to listen to so that we're always working on ourselves. I'm very sure a lot of us in here are already self-motivated and we work on ourselves already. So we'll be recommending books. If you guys have things you want to recommend, please do. We'll bring all this to the table and then we'll decide what we are going to listen to for that month. So, Shaddy, are you ready? Let's see if she's getting herself together. Let me see where she's at. I know she's on here. If you need to do it at the end, let me know. Okay, I think she's coming. Give her a second. Oh, and the next thing that we're going to do also, guys, tonight, I'm going to talk about tools. I'm going to talk about some of the tools that I use and Ms. Johnson used and Ms. Carter used, and all of us, the tools that we use to grow our business. But I learned, let me mute some people here. Okay, so if you're moving around, make sure you mute yourself. There we go, mute. There we go. Shaddy, are you there? Okay. Did I mute you, Ms. Johnson? Or you muted yourself? Okay, good, good. Okay.
Well, Shaddy was speaking, but I don't hear.
I know. It shows that you're, Shaddy, you might have to disconnect, reconnect. Make sure you connect your audio. If you're using your iPad, I think it's on the bottom left or the top right. Sometimes when we connect to the Zoom, we don't connect our audio.
Right, you have to say go through the internet.
Yeah, so go through the internet. So you may have to disconnect and then reconnect. Whatever she's saying, it sounds important. Because you can't hear her. It's always important when you can't hear them, right?
Yep.
Okay, she'll come back. So listen, one other thing that we're gonna do tonight is I'm gonna open the floor and we're gonna go through this. Everybody has 2 minutes each. Shadi, are you there? Okay, she's still working on it. Everybody's gonna tell us why they joined the company. Everybody. You have 2 to 3 minutes.
What?
Okay? Yes. So, and it just be, you know, it's nothing, you just talk about, you could say why you joined, or what was the reason, or what are you using this for? Whatever you can think of, most of us should know why we're part of this company. And
what motivated you?
What motivated you? There you
to
go.
partner with iBoomerang.
Right. What motivated you? Okay, that makes sense.
No problem. I was trying to see if she must have jumped.
She logged off and she came back on. So we're gonna get started with that, and we'll get Shadi in. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Money.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. But I don't have to go first. I was just being playful.
That's all right.
Okay, so the reason why I joined, first of all, it was because it was Mr. Bugs' company, and I saw the opportunity as the biggest opportunity that will ever cross my path. And I knew that this one we will be successful in, for sure, without a doubt. So I did not want to miss the opportunity to work hand in hand and be a founding member of such a great company. But the mere fact that it became a travel company, as much as I love to travel was one of the first components. Bar none, I was done. The way it was set up. I travel and I love to travel. And I've been selling travel for years and never got paid for it.
Wow.
So that was my why.
Okay, Linda.
Actually, I'm gonna piggyback on what Tanya said. Because I had experience with Mr. Bugs and Mr. Haynes, they wasn't going without me. You know, I hadn't formulated my why for sure, and I've been thinking about it a whole lot this week, but I knew if they were doing it and I was going to have an opportunity to get on the ground floor, I was not going to miss it.
Okay. I like that one. Who's next? Miss Carter? You're muted.
I mute myself. 3 in a row, same thing. Bugs and Haynes. Just incredible people. So their integrity alone just spoke volumes to me. And the other one was money, because I needed some. I did not want to go out not achieving what, at least partly where I thought I was supposed to be in life. So that was it. But since then, my why has become a lot deeper. And I never thought it would get to this, because I'm a proponent of our children always our why, you know, so I was trying to find a why for me. But I heard with my own ears, my grandson get the quote unquote plan. You need a plan B, but what is plan A? Plan A is go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and become an engineer or doctor. I heard that in my own house. And so I had to take my why to a new level of my grandchildren need to see that that is not necessarily the only plan that will work.
Okay.
That hurt my heart, because, you know, what can I say?
All right.
Because I hadn't achieved it yet. See, if I had achieved it, I would have something to say. But because I haven't, and because I believe and I know it can work, what you gonna do, B? You gonna let it go like that? You gonna let the kid go out like that? No.
Okay.
So
Diana?
I'll go ahead and lower my hand. This is awesome. I actually joined for many reasons, and I was actually looking for my book, because I just started writing down the goals of what I want to achieve out of this business, and I'm at 50 right now. But I joined because, like many of the other ladies before me, I wanted to be associated with winners, and Mr. Bugs as the CEO is a winner. I wanted to do something different and really start at the ground floor and start again and really start again. So Money is a motivator, but it wasn't my biggest motivator. And I'm looking for really to really get and develop and formulate my why. But I wanted to be on board because I knew that we were going places, and travel was very different for me. Even though I've traveled all over, I was excited to be a part of something new.
Okay. On my board here, I got Darius, as it goes in order. You're next, Darius.
Okay, I'll go next. My why. To be honest, I'd been looking for an opportunity for a while, and anything network marketing, I ran the other direction for years. Ran the other direction. And with this opportunity, after speaking to you, Kendrick, it showed me that there's different types of network marketing, right? You don't have to sell and hound people all the time. You can give away stuff for free and sign people up to drive. And the Priv does a lot of the work for you. So that kind of opened my eyes. The reason why I was looking for something is that a lot of you guys know I'm getting married soon. Not sure what the date is now because of this coronavirus. It was going to be June 20th. We'll see if that date sticks. But my new little stepson has sickle cell anemia. And my poor fiance has gone from job to job because she's often fired because she has to stay home with her son, or she's in the hospital with him weeks at a time. And when we were just friends, my heart went out to her before we were even a couple. And I just couldn't believe that companies would do that to a person. And I couldn't believe that she went through what she went through. And then we became closer and became a couple. And it was my goal to make us financially free, you know? So that's the big why. And then the last part of it is, and looking for something, I know that, and my dad tells me all the time, he's like, Darius, and my dad's an entrepreneur, has ran his own business for years in Lubbock. But he said, if you gave what you give to that company to yourself in terms of commitment and time, you'd be a millionaire. You've opened, I work for a company called Bye Bye Baby. We're part of Bed Bath & Beyond. I personally started the company with 21 stores, and now we're at 130 stores. And I personally opened almost half of those stores myself. Recruited the people, hired the people, the managers. So, I mean, all across the country. And he's like, if you could do that for another institution, what if you gave yourself that amount of work and tenacity, and where would you be? So that's really stuck with me. So my dad is the other why, is I need to give it to something, and I'm excited to give it to this.
Okay. Ernestine, Ernestine is next. Are you there, Ernestine? All right, we got, okay, we coming.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear as a bell.
Okay, all right, okay. My why. First of all, I must say that I knew nothing about network marketing. This was presented to me by Kendrick. He got in contact with me, and I listened to him, and what he was telling me sounded like something I would like to challenge. Of course, there was, the money. Everybody loves money. Get out of debt. Travel. I thought of that for my family, although I don't do it that much anymore, but my family loves to travel. I thought, oh, what an opportunity for them. And then after he told me about the CEO, I looked and listened to several of his tapes, and I was just overwhelmed with it. And that's why I decided that I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. So that's why I'm here.
Excellent. Okay, Shadi, if you're live, I think we can hear you now. Can you, hello? No, we still can't hear her. Okay. Yeah, she might have to just call in from her cell phone. There you go. Okay, so the next person is, on my list is Ricky. Your why.
Oh, hi. Good evening, everyone. Honestly, I was raised in a home where my mother just was an entrepreneur. So I saw freedom really early on. And then I became a single mother after being married. And I could not fathom having to come home at 10 o'clock at night, trying to raise a child. And money wasn't so much of an issue, I think, probably because I'm spoiled. But more importantly, I was shown work ethic, and I was shown that you can go out there and get something more than a 9 to 5. Someone standing over your head saying this is all you're valued at. I just saw something bigger. I'm a dreamer. I believe in freedom. And when I got started with iBoomerang, I was actually in a different business, and the people that I was acquainted with, you know, are the leaders of this business. So it was a no-brainer. So that was my reason.
Okay. Next person is Linda Kenyon.
Okay, so many good stories here. Let's see. I had not been exposed to network marketing before, and what I heard about it before didn't sound like something I could actually do. But when I retired from AT&T in 2009, when I left that company, I had said that I would be able to make more money working for myself than what I made there. And with my job that I took right after that, or working for myself in insurance, I had kind of equaled where I was before, but I had not really surpassed it. So I was kind of looking for a good fit when I talked to Kendrick. And I would say it was pretty much money was a motivator, but not just for myself, but for my family. I wanted everybody in my family to be out of debt. My father always feels like he was the one that needed to leave us money. And I kept telling him, I said, Dad, you don't have to do that. We're all able to handle our finances and be in a good situation on our own, because he had paid my way through school and all of that.
Right.
So I said, you had done your part. I said, so don't be worried about that. Go ahead and spend your money on you. You know, don't try to save it for us, because he really didn't spend a lot on himself. So I just wanted the right fit. And when Kendrick was talking about the opportunity, it really had so many, I guess, so many verticals or opportunities to make money that I thought, this doesn't sound bad. I mean, I don't really see a way I can fail as long as I don't quit. So I learned about the leadership as well. And that was very important to me, coming from a job where, you know, who led you was very important to me. So he made it sound like it was something I can do and reach that goal of making more money than I made at AT&T, and also have my family in a good financial situation.
Beautiful. I like that one. Okay, the next person is Nia Jacob. Are you there, Nia?
I do not even want to tell the story. Y'all want the real story, or yeah? Okay.
We want to hear it.
I'm teasing.
Your real why.
My real why was Kendrick, and I was just like, ooh, wee. And then he talked me into it. He started talking about the business and saying, you're traveling all the time, and it looks like you're spending a lot of money on traveling. And so he kind of talks me into it. And so I just, at first I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. It's like a pyramid. And he was like, no, that's not what this is. And so he just kept talking to me about it. And I said, you know what? And I'm retired. So it was kind of like, okay, he made me start thinking about it, because I was like, okay, maybe I could use this income and not use my money. So he kind of made it a no-brainer.
I like that one. I like that one. Okay, the next person is Joshua Crawford. Mr. Josh.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. He clears the bell.
Okay. Well, I know some of y'all were on our call, my lunch call from Saturday, but for those of you who wasn't, I used to actually work with Kendrick probably a little over 10 years ago. And we on social media together, Facebook. So I think every company that he's been in, I've seen him promote or advertise for it. And I've been in other network marketing businesses. And I got to the point, my primary job is sales, and it's like, okay, I don't want to have products to push and be trying to do all of that, because I'm already doing sales for a living. I don't want to have to get off my regular job and still have to sell other stuff. So that, I wasn't really successful in previous ventures. But when Kendrick started posting about the rideshare Vibe Ride, I reached out to him. I'm like, okay, I'm interested in learning more about it. And he gave me the info for one of the meetings at one of the hotels in the Galleria area. And I went in for me, seeing the presentation and seeing how it works. I'm like, okay, to me, it was a no-brainer because it's something you just recurring drivers, and it's a easy way to get additional income without having to put in the manpower to do it, because it's only so many hours in a day. So, and like I try to tell people, this is an opportunity for you to make mailbox money, which is money that you don't really have to work to actually earn an income. So to me, it was a no-brainer. That's why I joined, to have an additional source of income that I could let the work for itself and generate income for.
Okay. Well, I like that one. And the next person is Sharissa. I'll get that right. She's next.
Oh, so my why. Well, I guess like Miss Jacobs, Joshua. He and I have been friends for quite some time, and we're always talking about different business ventures and just discussing different things. And I know that he's been kind of in the car industry forever, as long as I've known him. And I was like, well, if this is something you believe in, then I'll ride with you. I tried to get as much information I could out of the call that we had on Saturday. And even, I think we even contacted Kendrick after that. And I just was like, you know what? I'll learn it as I go. That's why I'm here. I'm hoping that if this is the ground level, then I'm in a good position and it will just skyrocket from here.
Yeah, you're still in the ground level. We're all still in the basement right now. And let's see.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is. Okay, the next person is Marcel, Mr. Marcel. Are you there, sir? Can you talk, first of all? I don't know if he's at work.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you guys hear him?
No, not really.
He's very low.
Hearing.
Barely.
Can you hear me now?
Bam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on. It's better now?
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I joined, me personally, I'm big on freedom, and freedom is something that I always wanted. Like when I'm talking about freedom, I'm talking about freedom in the big sense of be able to do what you want to do on your own time. And I go to work because I'm forced to go to work. I got to pay bills and stuff like that. But I would like to get to a point where I am free, totally free. And I know freedom nowadays is directly related to money. So I want to make enough money to buy the freedom that I want. And one of the big motivator that I see is ultimately Mr. Holtenberg. When I see his accomplishment and coming from a engineer, having a good paying job as an engineer, and decided to give up that, something else that pay much better. Like, it's a big motivation for me. And I feel like I like to network with people, and I like the transformation I'm going through it, and a personal self-development, and that I see mainly in this industry that I don't know about the other industry, but when it comes to personal development, I feel like this industry will help me with that. Yeah. And that's really my big why. And I feel like if I really improve myself, if I improve myself in different levels, the money will follow naturally. So
yeah, okay.
That's why I stick with it. And yeah, it's mainly like a personal development thing.
Okay. Yeah. Now we're gonna see if we can hear Shadi. Shadi, are you there?
Okay.
Okay, so right now we're talking about why, and then we're gonna turn it over to you. Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Why you got started? Why you're a part of this company? We want to hear that short story.
We can hear you, Shadi.
Okay, y'all can hear me now. Oh Lord, I said, Jesus, please take the wheel. I know one thing. I know one thing. I'm gonna go get some electronic skills because I am not skilled in this stuff. But anyway, my why is because for real, to be honest with you, Kendrick, you did a pretty good job by describing this business to me, and that's what kind of made me go ahead and think about, joining. But the second thing is, man, I really got so tired of people trying to tell me what to do. I was like, Lord, I know it's got to be something different. I mean, I know that we're going to have to listen to somebody, but I get so tired of people trying to tell me what to do. I just want to do my own thing. And then I also wanted my children to know that you don't have to work for anybody, that you can work for yourself if you really just put your mind to it. And I know I hadn't been a strong leader for them, but I'm still going to keeping on. So they really don't know what's going on this side. I'm over here like, Lord, how can I show them how to be better and me, myself, be better? Mm-hmm. It's still a little bit of a struggle, but I'm still never going to give up. I don't know what my struggle is, but I'm praying that I find out what it is, because I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keeping on, because I see my future seem pretty bright if I keeping on. I just want something that I can stay consistent with. And this is pretty much this is the longest I've stayed consistent with anything, like any type of networking, anything, because I felt like I didn't have the skills to be able to do anything like that. So I just been trying to build up my skills, and y'all, this is as much as I've ever talked to y'all. Know every time I be on the meeting, I be like a little quiet mouse back there, not saying a word, just listening. I be taking notes and stuff, but I be like, Lord, I ain't never really spoken in front of nobody, so I don't even really know what to say. So I thank you for just Kendrick, and then you called my name first. I was like, oh Lord, what I'm gonna say. I really was trying to get on here and talk, but my device was acting up. But for the most part, I don't feel as strong as I want to right now, but I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I continue to pray that I do find the little niche that's going to push me over, because I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to do what I need to do, because I want to live comfortable, and I also want my kids to live comfortable, and my grandchildren as well.
Okay. And we have 3 more people, guys. So we got Galaxy A10e. Is that NOLA or something like that? Is that correct? And I may need to unmute that one. Hold on.
That's Nefertiti's business partner.
Yeah, that's
okay,
NOLA.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. Unmute. Okay. Are you there, NOLA?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Good. Okay, so my why. First of all and foremost is Mr. Holtenberg, believing in him and his great leadership, and also loving the travel business before even Mr. Bugs created this one. Always loved the travel industry, and just to have that freedom, basically. I love having freedom and not being told, not having anyone else control my time. So one of the biggest thing is the freedom that this business is going to give me.
Okay. And next is Mildred. Let me see if I got Mildred. Are you there, Mildred? I think she's coming around. Mildred?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, is that Mildred? Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me or not?
Clear as a bell.
I can hear you. Okay. I remember meeting on phone Miss B and Miss Diana, and this was last year with Mr. Burgess. I'm not sure if he's still in or not, the business, but he had introduced me to the business. There was a lot of legal stuff that was going on with me and my family, and I knew him from a previous business, and with what I was going through, I was needing to get out of the business that I was in, and was really asking God for something different. And then Mr. Burgess happened to give me a call. I spoke with him and Miss Diana, Miss B, and I kind of last year poured my heart out to them of what was going on and what I want to accomplish. And a lot of things have happened along the way where I've not really been able to be active like I want to be. I do have a heart to do what needs to be done. I know I can do what needs to be done. I just got to get some other stuff out of my court that's distracting me right now. But my biggest why is my family, and like I told Miss Carter, it's my daughter. She's got a lot of special needs that need to be taken care of, and her dad, my soon-to-be ex-husband, has not really been there to be supportive for her, and I'm the one that's going to have to pick up the ball, so to say, to make sure she gets what she needs so that she can live a normal life. She's my biggest why right now.
Love that. That's beautiful. Okay. Okay, we got one more person, Latia. Did I pronounce that correct? And I may need to unmute her too. Hold on.
Yes, this is Latia.
Okay, cool beans.
My why. Mainly, I do a lot of private duty as a medical assistant. And after my last, well, not my last, one of my patients that I've had for almost 2 years, a live in 24/7 sometime, not being able to live at my house, just pass through and up day and night with him. That kind of made me think about, I love taking care of people. I love doing something for someone, but it was taking all of my time. It takes all of my time. And I had been hearing about Abu Bahrain when it first started, but I didn't understand the process. I had people from another thing we were in. So people kept calling me, and I kept looking at it and trying to figure it out. And finally, Nola invited me out. And I said, well, I'm going to take a chance on this because my family travels a lot. And I'm a mother, grandmother, and a great-grandmother, but those grandchildren, they really go. So I said, well, if they could save money by doing that, I said that would help. But I didn't understand the process when I joined. But I have learned to read more to help me personally. I listen to as many of the calls that I can throughout the day, which helps. And I was sending out boomerangs and they were coming back unopened and I couldn't figure out what I was doing. But then listening to Linda Patton, I learned more. She even taught us how to do the groups, which helped. So I'm not at my 100 yet, but I'm striving for it because I'm getting older. I still love taking care of people, but I'm ready just to not do that now. But I got a long way to go, but I'm not giving up yet. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm not giving up because in my mind I thought about it, and then I said if I quit, I'm quitting on myself, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna stick with it no matter how long it takes, because I hear the ones who have been successful say how many years it took them before they got to where they're at, and I don't compare myself with anyone, but listening to their stories helped me continue on sticking with it. So that is my why, to be free and help my grandchildren and children.
And I love this, you know, and I'm gonna tell you my why, and then we'll move on to the next phase. So my why is leadership. When Mr. Haynes reached out to me, Miss Carter, and Miss Johnson, we were looking at each other like if we'd have been anywhere close to each other, and we might have been close to, no, we were at Mr. Haynes' house. And we were looking at each other like, we can't believe this is happening. So my reason why is because of leadership, and I knew the money would trail because we've been continually growing and pinging off of each other and saying, I wish I had the opportunity to be a part of this when it starts. I wish something would come along and I would be able to launch a business with the top tier leaders in the world in this industry. But we just didn't know it was going to look like this. And I can't believe how easy this is. It is, that's my why. I'm going to stop there. So I'm glad everyone did this. Moving forward, we probably won't be able to do this. Why? We'll be able to handpick people because this thing is going to grow and it's going to be so big, this group. And everybody's not on here right now. And so, man, give yourself a pat on the back because that's actually a part of the strangest secret. You got to tell yourself why you're doing it, right? Am I right?
That's
You've been
right.
listening to the strangest secret. This is like one of them. This is like the main one. So, Shaddy, and then we're going to move to the next phase. Okay, guys? So everybody take a deep breath. Thank you for sharing because these stories are everything. I'm going to use all of your stories. I'm going to use your story. I'll be like, you know, I know this guy in Dallas. I know this young lady in Austin. I know this person in Houston. I know this person that's retired. This is why they started. I know. I'm just going to tell a story. I'm going to tell you a story. So hopefully you guys remember the stories because stories are everything. All right? That's one tool that you can use to grow your business. Tell stories.
Bottom line.
So, Shaddy, you're going to share with us. I'm going to get. You have 5 minutes to share with us. Really, you can cut it short if you want, but what you've learned so far from The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale.
She's muted out.
You muted.
She's coming back. She's coming back.
Unmute her, Kendrick. She may not know.
I don't think I'm okay. Yeah, let me unmute her. So, she's Samsung, I think.
Yeah,
Shaddy?
Yeah. Now?
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What I've learned that when I listened to that, I was like, you know, we get up and we put negative things on our mind when we first get up. So when you get up and put something positive in there and try to exchange, and even when you think about something negative, you exchange it with a positive. That's what's been helping me a lot, because I've been thinking a lot of negativity, and I have to replace that with a positive, because I'm thinking like, man, what is wrong with me? I know I can do better, but then I tell myself, Shaddy, you can't do better. So I realized that does like when you get up and tell yourself something positive, because we can always say something negative. But when you say something positive, that helps you out. So that's what's been helping me out during that when I read that part. Baby, I tell you, it's been hard out here, but hey, you know, you still got to keep keeping on, and you keep feeding yourself positivity. So that was the main thing that I got out of that, because I wasn't feeding myself anything positive. I was always thinking negative first, and I think of the worst first. So I started the thought process, started thinking about something different, because I can do it if I put my mind to it. I was just thinking that I couldn't do it. So
all right.
Okay. You know what? I want to say something to Shaddy, because she said something earlier that struck home. And you said something about you wanted to make sure that you and your children can live comfortably. Yes. And we all want that for whatever our comfort zone looks like, whatever that comfortable looks like. We all want that. But the one thing that you're doing right now, which I commend you, is that you're being uncomfortable for a little while, so that you can gain the comfortability that you're seeking. And it takes a lot of courage. So I want to commend you for stepping outside of what is comfortable, because what was comfortable in your life was not producing the results that you wanted.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you made a decision. You made it, and most people won't make a decision. They won't. You made a decision. And because you made that decision, you're going to gain the success that you're looking for. Whatever that looks like for you in your world, that's what you're going to gain, because you made the decision and you're acting on it, and you're willing to go through the process in order to achieve it. So congratulations. I commend you on that. We all commend you on that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, darling.
I wanted to say something to Shaddy too, because she's my accountability partner.
Yay.
I'm just so proud of her, because she doesn't realize, even the day she took over when Lania couldn't make it, she did a remarkable job on that day. So whatever she's talking about being uncomfortable, it really doesn't show. She sounds very confident, and I'm just proud of the fact that she did say she will not give up. And that's kind of one of the things we had shared being partners, is that we're going to just keep going. We're just going to keep going, whether it's a fast or slow speed, we're just going to keep going. So she's doing remarkable. I'm just proud of her, and I just wanted to say that.
Thank you very much, sweetie. I appreciate that, y'all.
You know what I noticed too? I noticed like Shaddy was like me. She was shy. And it was like, you stop being like, I'm shy. I'm not shy, I'm introverted. Shaddy is more shy. Yeah. And so I didn't want to talk, but now y'all can't shut me up.
Oh, that's right.
I like the fact that Shaddy spoke up, and I know I was able to hang a lot with Shaddy, and I could tell her personality was, you know, she was really quiet, and the more you talk to her, the more she was coming out of her shell. Mm-hmm. And so I just appreciate her speaking up today.
Absolutely.
Now it's good for all of us.
Thank you, guys. That Kendrick, no, he set me up. I was like, Kendrick set me up. Why he called my name first? Oh Lord Jesus, what I'm gonna say, Lord.
and you made it through. You were successful.
Most of the time I'm on the meetings and y'all don't know I'm on here. I'm just quiet listening. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, y'all. I really do.
Step out.
And I'll tell you this is everything. And I'm going to turn this over to Ms. Johnson, and then I'm going to say my piece about the tools.
No, say your piece, because I might even get to mine. We can do mine next week.
Okay, cool beans. Ms. Carter, you have anything you want to say before I start? Okay. She's like,
cover. Come on, some words. What are you saying? But right. I just want to piggyback, because Shaddy, you don't know how incredible you really are.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much personality that I believe if you just would be yourself, just be, then all of that will go away. All that inhibitions, all that talking to yourself, and all that being other than, it would go away. Because look at me, I'm all crazy. So what? You know what? I used to be behind the scenes. That's Miss Johnson. I would be the one that was set up for the meetings. I never wanted to go out front. I'm still not an upfront person. But with this platform and with the desire to be better, like you're saying, and with the determination, goes beyond desire, that you're going to get it done.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
commend you wholeheartedly for the great step you took today, and you pressed through. You see, because the devil is busy because your electronics are crazy. That's supposed to mess you up so bad you couldn't talk. But you pressed through, and you found a way. Winners find a way, and you brought forth what you felt from your heart, and it came out perfectly. You are a winner waiting to happen. Come on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it.
Yes,
And I like that. And I'm going to talk about tools. So we're going to go into a how-to moment. Okay. But this why really bridges over to how-to. I was listening to Mr. Haynes today. Mr. Haynes is our Global Master Ambassador. I know some people here knew. This gentleman is the reason why this little group started. He pinged Miss Johnson, Miss Carter, and then me, and then we all got together and we started building. We waved our hand at Mr. Haynes and said, you don't have to worry about this leg over here. We got it. Am I right?
Yep.
And so he said this today on his call, and then I'm going to go into what we can use, some tools that you can use. He said the how is not important, but the why is your key, right? Everyone's why is different. Y'all heard that tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's why is different. So some people's why is bigger. So you might see somebody shoot past you and don't get hung up on it. Somebody might be hit like, make $1 million in 90 days. I guarantee you their why was a lot bigger than yours. Or the trigger hit the why and it just hit it at the right time, and you connected with a person that had a bigger why. And it's all about connections. We're all connected to each other and we all benefit from each other in this business. It's all about connections. It's all about relationships. It's all about connecting with people. We don't want to be this robot network marketer script kind of person, right? We don't have to do that in this company.
Absolutely.
And one other thing, you don't have to be the person that knows everything.
That's
Bottom line.
Right? And I'm big on that. I know some people on here. I have some people when they join, they say, Kendrick, I don't understand the $99 subscription. Please explain. And if any of them know me, what I did, I sent them the iBoom, when it was available, I sent the iBoom Hub training that describes what the subscription is for.
Exactly.
And I didn't have to talk about it.
That's
so
the
I
best way to
learned talking to a few people that some of you didn't know and wasn't aware that you can use the same tools that you're watching when you got started. Because see, the people that came in after September, you guys are lucky because the Prib was there. Am I right?
It was no Prib.
Prib emails you all a little training, and they email you one a day, and you watch it. It's like 2 or 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
Tells you how to send out the presentation. It tells you
none of that.
Compensation. It gives you this ABC 1, 2, 3 footprint.
Mm-hmm.
So a new person can understand.
Sure.
Because when you're part of this company 6 months later, guess what? Now you're in it deeper.
Yeah.
So now you're smart and you're trying to explain it to the new person how you see it now, instead of letting them see the cookie cutter 1, 2, 3 is what they need. So I'm going to share my screen. Some of you will see this, some of you won't, but I'm going to share it. And what this page right here is your iBoom Hub. And let me get rid of my, okay. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so in your iBoom Hub, under training, I use these tools all the time. After I have sent out the I Decide presentation, and let me go back. Let me give a small footprint on how this works out. Right now, I'm strictly talking about building out your team. I know some of you guys are new. Just listen to me. It's probably gonna be French to you right now or Spanish. But basically, if you just join, you just go back and remember how everything came to you and how you got started. That's a tool in itself. That's your story when someone asks you, well, what is this company about? And you say, I don't know, but all I know is, probably want to write that down. You can flip that, change it up however you want, but I don't know, but all I know is Joshua called me. We had a quick conversation. These are the things he said to me. And I looked at this, I looked at that, I watched this. Then I just made a decision. I flipped a coin. Because when you make a decision, it's either going to be on the heads or the tails. There's no you can't straddle a decision, right? So the decision you make is the decision you make. And that story in itself is a tool. Well, let's say you give out the I Decide presentation and you've already, you know, and they've watched it, and at the end of the presentation, they say join, but they got a question. And you get on the phone with them, and I know some of us are a little bit more experienced than others, but if they ask you about the $99 subscription, you can go right to your training under iBoom Hub, go to Ambassador Orientation, all right? And then from there, you can just find it. It says, let me go down, let me scroll down. It says, right, hold on. Right there, your monthly subscription, what it means, how you benefit, and what you get, and what you can do with it. It explains it to a T, and it's 2 to 3 minutes long. I will just say 5 minutes. It's interactive. And what if they ask you, well, how do I send out, you know, they're asking detailed questions. How do I send out the I Decide presentation? How do I?
Right next to it.
It was right next to it.
You know, how do I know the company has tons of support? Right here. How to get support. Well, I mean, how do I launch my business? Right here. That's a I'm joining question. Well, here, why don't you watch this? And I want you to think about this. What if the person that started got opportunity to see Fast Start training before they join? In their head, they're already planning to launch their business right before they join. How to send out a boomerang, the comp plan basics. These are simple, quick presentations that you can send to them when they ask you questions. Sometimes we get skewed in the head and we forget that we have access to this. This thing has tons of stuff in here. Training video. If you look here, Flight School. Flight School is our Saturday training for you new people. We have a Saturday training every Saturday. Then there's a more extended video on the compensation plan. I believe they put the new one in there because Holton did one that was about 3 hours long, but that's something you want to start moving first in the business, and we'll get to that point. So that's a tool. These are good tools to use, and that's why it's important when you start or when your business partners start that they watch these presentations, because it'll click. If somebody asks me, well, what about my subscription? You'd be like, wait a minute, I just watched that. Here, you can watch this, right? So that's just one little thing I like to put out there. There is, let me go back. There are tons of events. So like promotions, you can talk about promotions. These are tools. Somebody say, well, you know, the condition of the company, what does it look like? I don't know, but all I know is our CEO just dropped $1 million in the field. And that $1 million is allowing people to join for less and allowing us to make more money this month. At the same time, you have, you know, resources. There's things in here you can download. There are presentations. There's just all type of things in the iBoom Hub. Remember, guys, this is a separate point from your back office. But this is something I wanted to put out there. If somebody else, Ms. Carter, Ms. Johnson, if y'all want to give me some more tools, I really wanted to let people understand that you can use this. This is not just for us. There are little videos in here that they can watch from the last event. You talk about, well, I don't know, I've never been to an event, but check this video out. They're in here.
Yeah.
And they're under resources, under downloads.
And what's so significant about this is tools for the actual travel side or iBoomerang side. Then there's tools for the Vibe side as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so that's what's so important to understand, that because this company is growing, and it will start growing more rapidly than what it is doing. So you want to make sure to not try to be that expert per se, but send your brand new partners to the tools, and that will show duplication in your business. You know, you want to make sure that you're duplicating. In other words, don't do anything different that they can't duplicate. But if you stick to the system, which will save yourself time, energy, and money, then what you'll do is you'll be duplicating that throughout your team, and that way they'll be consistent in your team. So you continue to make sure you go to the proper area for the tools for iBoomerang, the iGo platform, and also for the Vibe Rise. There's so much out there, you know, guys. So just make sure that you stay on the support tab, right here on Vibes. Incredible. There are videos out there. I don't think the current one is out there. The last video they did last Friday was a more detailed video on how the drivers got paid.
Yeah.
So those things are out there, archived out there. Yeah. So they're going to add some more videos there, but I put them out there on my group. But understand there's so many different tools for so many different areas of the business, and you just have to be able to find your way through them. But definitely don't hesitate to ask the questions. Yes. Because you're going to have people that's just going to want to drive in your business, and so you want to be able to send them to the proper area. You're going to have people that just want to do travel, and you got to be able to send them to the proper area. You got to show them how to work their back office and things like that. And we'll probably do a back office training here in the near future, so that everybody can be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Okay, a couple of announcements too. Wednesday, I believe at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh, were you going to say something, Ms. Carter?
I was going to say about the tools. The tools are on purpose. The strategy and the history of the tools is that Mr. Bugs wanted to make sure that the fish and the elephant, that the people who did not have skills, the people who were not salesy and who were not versed in this industry, would have something available to them if their upline quit, if they were in a different country, if they just didn't know what to do, if their timing was bad, if they worked weird hours. It's on purpose. So it's not just something that we're saying you can use. They are there for you to use, because your life is varied. Our lives are all different. And so as we go through this maze of stuff, and especially as we are regrouping right now, the tools, all these videos, even the inspirations in the morning help people just in general. Those are all tools. And the opportunity calls that are 12 and noon and 8 p.m., those are complete presentations that you can send to somebody who is not able to get on a lunch call, or who's not, accessible, who needs to say, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do it. So take the tools as your own personal business assistant. This is your own secretary, your own assistant, and you're saying, assistant, could you make sure Melissa gets such and such and such? Now, because you are the engine of your business. You are the head person. When you wake up in the morning, your business goal is what? Whatever you say. So if you don't run your business won't get run. Won't happen.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for the tools. And I'm so excited and I'm so proud that Mr. Benson has utilized the tools in such a way that he can show us the example. But if you take on the strategy and the philosophy of this is my personal assistant, thank God I have one.
Yeah, I love that. And really, it saves you guys so much time. It really does. And the Prib, you guys heard, I think that was Darius talked about the Prib. I think somebody else talked about the Prib. I can't remember. But the Prib was mentioned tonight, I thought. And who was that?
I don't know who it was, but it was mentioned.
Yeah. The Prib is there to help us. And it's when you start, and if you have to relaunch your business or whatever, you have not seen all of that stuff, you might want to go back and listen to it. And a lot of us in the beginning, we think, well, man, why do I got to do all of this? Why can't I just get started? Or, you know, I missed it. So all of those are tools. One other thing that I want to talk about, hopefully everyone has a calendar. If you don't have a calendar, Josh, I don't think you have one yet. Maybe you did order one. The calendar is a tool as well. And I'll get with my new people and make sure that you guys get this. And you want to use it. Even if you don't know how, we know how to put dates in there and fill out the blanks. It tells you exactly what to do. But we all know when you write something down, it sticks in your head, right? And if you can see this website, a lot of times someone will ask me a question about Vibe Rides, and I'll pull it up, and I'll just read it to them. I'll say, I'm gonna send you this link, but just keep in mind, we're changing up the vibe of rideshare. I read it straight from the website. And what I'm gonna send you is, it's gonna tell you what makes Vibe Rides different. Here's the link. And they can go in there and click on everything. And it's so much information for them to click on, and it's really geared to help them make a decision. So Wednesday, I think it's at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And hold on, let me pull up my very, very important, we always talk about everything is very important call. I'm trying to stop sharing my screen, and guys, bear with me here. Let me go find, where am I? I need to stop sharing this. Oh my God. Well, when I be minimizing stuff, let me unminimize my home. Oh, there we go, return to meeting. Well, look at me now. You guys know normally I'm pretty on my A game on my on my stuff. Okay, so what I was saying was there's a call Wednesday, and Holton Bugs is going to be doing an official presentation form of the rideshare. And we all been kicking and screaming like, when are we going to get the presentation form of the rideshare? So apparently this Wednesday, what time is it? 11 o'clock?
11 o'clock Wednesday.
And I know some of us work, but just know, go back. It will be archived on Facebook. And you can just go through iBoomerang's page on Facebook and scroll down until you find it. But if you can listen to it, it starts at 11. It's going to be a good call. It's going to be informational, and you'll be the first to hear it. This will put you ahead of the curve. Okay? And what else is coming up?
I know they're doing one Wednesday, then they're going to start doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay,
that was
good.
the next announcement. Yeah.
Okay. So that presentation will be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you guys think about this, I don't know what time they're going to do it, but
I think they're all at 11.
Okay, they're 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay, good. Okay, because it's for our drivers.
Yes.
And it's for anyone that's very interested in rideshare. So that's where you can have your drivers and people that's heavily interested in the rideshare get all of their presentation form and training, and it's going to be it's going to be good, because right now we don't have one.
That's right, and we've been waiting for the I Decide Ride presentation, and I'm hoping that he makes that announcement.
I know.
Pray.
Yeah, because right now, guys, all we can do is listen and go off of what we know and what's in the presentation, like when I speak on the presentation now, but it doesn't give all the details on the rideshare, and apparently that's real.
Yeah.
So,
and that banner is already out.
Uh-huh.
That banner is already out. I'm gonna send it to you guys in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Is it good?
Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Got anything to say? Anybody has a question? Please, let's ask now. If you want to say something to the team,
let's be mindful that Vision is in August, and I believe that it will take place. I believe that we'll be able to make that trip for those who are planning to go to Vision, to go ahead and start planning getting your airline ticket, picking out your hotel, because airline tickets are very inexpensive right now. And the dates are the 21st through the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, of August.
Yes.
And so just keep that in mind. We want to promote for that. is specifically to your team. Make sure that whoever you're prospecting, whoever you brought into the team, who your new team members are, your new partners are, make sure they know about vision as well. This is will be one of the biggest events in the history of Ibo Moraine for this year. And so there's a lot of recognition. There's going to be some training, but it's going to be an incredible event. We were there last year, and super excited about going again this year. So make sure you guys keep that on your calendar.
Okay. And it's in the yes.
But we're glad to see Irene.
Hello.
Irene, you know, we prayed for you all week.
Yeah.
Linda let us know that you were under the weather, so it's good to see you up and about.
Yes, I was kind of waiting to double dutch and jump in there. Yes, I want to thank everybody for your prayers and, you know, prayers of the righteous. And I felt that. And it brought me through, you know, and it's pretty scary. We prayers for one of my coworkers. She just found out she has the virus, and her mom. She brought it home to her mom, and that was one of my biggest fears. But it is what it is, and I tell you, don't take anything for granted. Don't take any of the feelings for granted.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't have the shortness of breath per se, but just having short breath. When I take short breaths and cough, no fever, but no energy, and migraines and nausea. So it's just some form. I can hardly wait to be able to take that test, to test whether you had it or not. But again, I want to thank you guys, you know, for your prayers. I missed my family. I was laying there going like, man, but that headache was really intense. But I do have a question, guys. I have a prospect, and he's very interested in the business. I mean, he was just mind blown away, whole 9 yards. I've sent him tons of information. He follows up on everything I send him. However, has a huge sphere of influence, but he's all over the place. He's all over the place. And I don't want to feel like I'm, you know, running after him, or, you know, I've just sent him messages. How are you doing? You know, I know you're, you know, busy. Does a lot of webinars now. He has a lot of organizations that he's responsible for, or heads or whatever. But I just want some little feedback on how I should continue with him.
Okay. Well, B or Kendrick, y'all good?
Linda?
Now, Irene and I have talked about it, so I prefer y'all give her some feedback.
Okay. Have you done a three-way with them, Irene?
Wait, is this the pastor you're talking about?
Yes.
We've done a three-way.
Pastor Ward, we did.
So you've done a three-way with him?
Yes.
He's been exposed.
And he was ready to get started right when the coronavirus hit.
Okay, so he's lost a little faith, which most people have. and personally, my suggestion would be to continue to keep the rapport and relationship strong, and be patient, and do not push.
Correct.
Right.
Just continue to nurture the relationship. Send them all the things that they've been sending us about the stimulus package. Send them that shot. Send them the picture of the banner from the $1,000 to $750 for the first class. Just let them, hey, look, I want to keep you abreast of what's going on, keep you in tune with what's happening. These are the things that are taking place for the month of April. Okay, just lay it on the table and let it go, and let God handle the rest. Yeah, don't push. Just build a relationship and drip on, as we say in the old days, drip on him. But share what's happening right now, because a lot of people don't know. So send them if you want to do a screenshot or whatever, or forward what I've been sending everybody through the through WhatsApp. Correct. You know, when they send out those banners, hey guys, stimulus plan for the month of April, $1 million block, stimulus plan for the month of April, first class is $750. stimulus, and buy, get one, you get one, and then you get two, all that. Just send them that information. Don't don't bombard them with it. Just send them one at a time. You got something big?
Yeah. And one way to avoid oversending is to make sure you have his permission. To send.
Yeah.
And you can ask him specifically, his preference. Does he want to know about everything, just this or just that, or is it okay if you choose? Have that personal conversation of concern and care. And
because you can let him know, I know that you're interested, you're very interested, you're serious about this. And so would it be okay if I keep you in the loop of what's going on? Because there are a lot of promotions taking place right now. And the number one promotion right now is that our CEO dropped $1 million into our comp plan for people in the field to go out, departments out in the field to go out and make this money happen. So you could and don't, don't go back and forth with him. Just let it out there. Let him respond to you.
Yes.
Because the next person speaks, you want that person to actually be the one to come to you. You don't want to continue to be the one to speak. You just want to ask the proper questions right now.
Questions.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she asked that question.
Yeah.
I'm so glad because I just kind of went through that last week. And I remember I was telling you, Ms. Johnson, about a group text that I put together.
Yeah.
And so I had sent out the text, and so many people were saying, thank you, keep me in the loop. So then I went back and I said, because initially some people, I don't remember asking them that question. So I went back and I sent the text and said, like literally what you just said. I says, hey, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of things going on with the company. And I know we spoke a little bit about it. I said, but I would like to know before I send you anything else, is it okay if I keep you in the loop? And I got more responses back from that than the initial. So it gave me permission. And it's a feel-good moment too, guys. So that's a part of being transparent and being, just saying, just ask the question. So you can be in, so you'll have permission.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
And what they end up saying is, thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for not giving up on me. That's what they say.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and the last thing is, okay, when we send this screenshot in for Saturday training, you guys, you guys want to be posing? Y'all want anybody not want their name on there?
Yeah.
Well, what? No, I was gonna say some people just had their name showing, didn't have their face, but we do need all of us on there.
Yes.
Yeah, and some people may not want their name. That's a permission thing. We have to make sure it's okay.
Right.
Is everybody okay with us?
Don't want your name on there.
Let me fix my hair.
Boy, you need to stop.
Miss Ernestine.
You know what?
So y'all gonna take a picture with my picture because I'm laying down.
Oh, shut up.
Oh my God. Oh Lord, Miss, I'm shy. But I just want to say.
No. I am under the weather, but so that's why y'all don't see me today.
Well, this looks like you.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know.
That's right. They don't know.
Let's do the boom. Everybody want
Come
to do
on,
the boom?
Teresa, let's see you. Come on, Linda. Come on, y'all.
Okay, Kendra, you gonna do a snapshot? You want me to do it?
I want to do a snapshot.
A snapshot.
Do you want me to do it since I'm not? Oh, you know what?
Yeah, everyone do it, and then we'll look and see who has the best one. You ready? All right, I did one snapshot. Let me get another one because I got to swipe to the left.
I'm on my computer, so I can't.
You do a screenshot.
Yeah, I am.
But I got a screenshot on my computer.
How do I put a picture up there?
Kendrick, there's a way you can put it.
Click start
on your computer. Control Alt Delete.
Oh wait, so let's back up here.
Switch to gallery view.
Hold on.
Video.
Okay, I got it.
Yes.
When you register your Zoom account, you can load a picture in your profile picture. So when you turn the video off, there's a picture of you.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the.
That's not working for me. I load mine, and sometimes it comes up, and sometimes my name comes up.
Interesting.
You may have two different accounts. I'll help you.
There you are, Linda. Now bring your screen down, Linda. Turn your screen down a little bit so we can see you. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Come on, Lisa, girl, you the newbie.
So we're
Come
gonna
on,
do.
girl.
You gotta do a picture of both
Come on, Josh.
sets of pictures, okay, Ken?
Where
Are you
is
already
Josh?
done it?
Josh
Come
said
on,
he's not
let's hear
looking
y'all.
at that.
Come on, Marcel, what's
Come
up?
on. Yeah, we got to get on here.
Where is Marcel? Got a bad hair day too.
Marcel might be at work. Okay, we
Man,
taking the first one.
I can't be
Have
on
on any
video. I
lipstick.
stand up
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Bam. Okay. Let me get the next page. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I got a screenshot. I'll send it. I'll edit it, and I'll send it to you, Ms. Johnson.
Okay.
All
right.
right. Good job, you guys.
Good training, y'all.
Yes, it was very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for the stories, guys.
Yeah, and let me just share this with you guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
Reach out to people that you haven't talked to. If God has put somebody on your heart, call them, because there's some people out there hurting.
Yes.
Yeah.
God put on my heart to call a dear friend of mine that's in Mexico. We've been friends for probably 15, 20 years. Young lady I used to buy jewelry from, and she's a grandmother, and whose mother's still living, and she's not unable to take care of her mother right now. She lives in Cancun, and she says everything is shut down. It's harder there than it is here because only one person can leave the house at a time.
Wow.
And they have a curfew. You have to be in the house by a certain time.
Yeah.
And I called to check on her, and literally she said she had no money. She had not worked in 2 months, and she was down to zero. So I want you guys to keep people, and when God lays somebody on your heart, and when He brings them to your remembrance, check on them. Okay, because they're hurting out there.
Yes.
Okay, we thank God for favor. We thank God for His love, His grace, His mercy. We bless you for who you are in our lives right now, Father God. For those who have come through this, we thank you for them, Father God. We thank you for the healing that has come forth and the healing that is going to go forth, Father God. We want to continue to lift up the people who are on the front line, God, the ones who are serving the masses of people right now, God. Let us do what's right so that they can go home to their families, Father God. In the name of Jesus, we want to cover everyone, Father God, from the government, Father God, down to the people in the cities and the states, God. We just know that you're in control and no one else is, God. So we ask that you send forth what's necessary, Father. We decree and declare your presence over the land. Yes. And we honor you for who you are in our lives. It is in your Son's name we pray and give thanks. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, guys.
Okay.
Bless you. Love you.
Bye.
Gotta go.
We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great week.
All right. Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Night, everyone.
Night.